Hello, I'm author Peter Millett, broadcasting from Auckland, New Zealand. I'm here to read my story, The Great Escape, with words by me, Peter Millett, and illustrations by Alfredo Bellet. Every summer, Selma and her family went to the beach for their holidays. Selma's brothers loved to go swimming in the sea, but Selma didn't. She felt much safer on the land. "Come on, Selma," Dad cried. "Maybe you can go in the water this year. You're much bigger now." "No, I'm staying here on the beach," Selma said, shaking her head. "Can you see the QR code? Get your camera. Scan the code to see a 3D object. You will see a beach ball that was lying on the sand." One day, the wind in the bay was very strong. It made the sea choppy and rough. Out of the blue, a whale came swimming into the shallow waters. "Look," Selma cried, "a whale." "Cool." Selma's brothers rushed into the water. Dad looked alarmed. "This bay is no place for a whale," he said quietly. Darren and Zami swam out towards the whale. "They must be coming in to play with us," Darren shouted. "This is amazing," Zami laughed. "We are so lucky to see a whale." Dad frowned. "No, we're not lucky. This could be a big problem. Whales aren't meant to come in this close to land." Selma jumped up and pointed at the horizon. "Look, look! There are more whales coming into the bay." Dad shook his head and began to look very worried. Darren and Zami watched as the first whale swam right past them and headed towards the sand. "Where is it going?" Zami cried. The whale ran aground just a few meters away from Selma. "Can you see the QR code? Get your camera. Scan the code to see the 3D object. You will see a whale appear before you." "Huh? Why did it do that?" Selma asked. "It's lost," Dad said. "It's badly lost." "Look," Darren shouted. "There are even more whales." The bay filled with whales swimming in all directions. Darren and Zami quickly paddled back to the beach and jumped up out of the water. Two whales beached themselves next to the first. "Oh no," Selma cried. "Now they're all starting to get into trouble." Dad grabbed his phone and called the police. "Send help right away," he boomed. "The bay is filling up with beached whales." Soon, 6 whales had beached themselves on the sand. "Quick," Dad shouted. "We have to stop the sun burning their skin. Cover them with wet blankets." Darren and Zami grabbed some blankets and dipped them in the sea. They threw them over the shaking whales. Everyone on the beach helped. Selma poured a bottle of water over the whale's head to keep it cool. "How do we make them swim back out to sea?" Selma cried. "Whales can't swim backwards, can they?" Dad wiped his brow. "We'll have to wait until the tide comes back right in. Then we'll turn them around and push them back out to sea." Selma frowned. "Do we have to go into the water with them?" "I don't want to." "Yes," Dad said. Selma shook her head. "I don't think I can do that," she said. Dad smiled. "Selma, you might be scared of the water, but the whales are more scared of the land. I need you to be brave to help them." Selma went quiet. After a little while, the police came down to the bay. They brought more helpers with them. Everyone worked hard to keep the whales and protect them from the sea. A few hours later, the tide came all the way back in. Everybody rushed to help the whales back to sea. Selma took in a deep breath and stepped into the water next to a whale. The whale she was helping looked distressed. Selma, don't let the whale see you're scared, Dad said. Just look into its eyes with your brave face. If you are brave, the whale will be brave with you. Selma kept staring into the whale's eyes as the water rose up to her knees and then up to her waist. Everything's going to be okay, she whispered to the whale. Selma held her breath as the water came up to her chest. Splosh! The whale flapped its tail and started swimming back out to sea. Can you see the QR code? Get your camera, scan the code to see the object. You will see a splosh of water. Selma beamed as she watched it swim away. Good girl, you did it, Dad cheered. You helped save a whale. Before Selma could say anything, Darren called out to her. Hey, Selma, I need your help. Selma waded over to her brother and helped him push out another whale. Then after that, Zami called his sister to come over and help him too. Selma smiled to herself. She watched whale after whale being rescued from the beach. Dad hugged his brave daughter. So, do you like both the land and the water now? He chuckled. Selma smiled at her dad. Yes, she said, I like both now, but it's much calmer being on the land. Thank you for listening to my story.
Hello everybody. We are so excited to be reading you some of our stories. Remember to make sure you have a phone or tablet at hand so that you can see the characters come to life in the story. For Today, for Tomorrow by Lori Kubizile, illustrated by Moni Perez. This garden is a mess, Mom said. Don't worry, we will tidy it up, Hamidi said. Can you see the QR code? Get your camera and scan the code to see the 3D object come to life in your very own home. Children, can you see the rake? Soon the garden was tidy. Here is your pocket money, boys, said Mom. Now I can buy new crayons, Bino said. I'm saving my money for tomorrow, Hamidi said. The next day, Bino and Omar used the new crayons. Can you see the QR code? Get your camera and scan the code to see the 3D object come to life in your very own home. Children, can you see the crayons? Look at our pictures, Miss Garcia, Omar said. What beautiful pictures, Miss Garcia said. Look at my picture, Hamidi, Bino said. I used my new crayons. Why don't you buy some too? Hamidi smiled. I'm saving my money for something special. After school, Bino and Omar bought some ice cream. Oh, Bino, said Hamidi, you have no more money. What will you use your money for? Bino asked. Hamidi did not say. He just smiled. Let's go to the fun fair on Saturday, Omar said. Oh, yes, Bino said. I love the fun fair. Do you want to come to the fun fair? Bino asked. Hamidi thought about the rides at the fun fair. He loved the carousel. Maybe, Hamidi said. Hamidi did want to go to the fun fair, but he wanted to save his money too. He counted his money. He had nearly all the money he needed. No, he would not go to the fun fair. He would save his money. Hamidi stayed at home. Can you help me tidy the sitting room? Mom asked. Yes, Mom, said Hamidi. I'm home, Bino said. I rode the orange horse on the carousel. I'm glad you had fun, Hamidi said. Thank you for your help, Hamidi, Mom said. Here is some extra pocket money. Hamidi rushed to his room to get his box. Where are you going? Mom called. To the shop, said Hamidi. Now I have all the money I need. Hamidi ran to the shop. Mr. Maladi was behind the counter, smiling. So is today the day? He asked. Hamidi smiled. Yes, I saved my money for today. Mr. Maladi went to the back of the shop. He returned with a bright red bike. This is for you, Hamidi, Mr. Maladi said. Can you see the QR code? Get your camera and scan the code to see the 3D object come to life in your very own home. Children, can you see the bike? Omar and Bino watched Hamidi riding his bike. Maybe we should save our money, Bino said. Yes, a bike is more fun than crayons and ice cream, Omar said. The end. I hope you enjoyed the story, children. See you next time.